From the front page of the Yonkers Statesman, August 22, 1916. Headline: Railroad Presidents Formulate Reply. Mr. Wilson makes a strong personal plea to avoid a general tie-up. Protest by non-brotherhood men. The answer of more than 60 railway presidents, including those of Western Roads, newly arrived, to President Wilson's proposed plan for averting the threatened strike was being formulated today. Every utterance of the railway heads displayed opposition to the president's suggestion, but it was considered possible a counter-proposal acceptable to the employees would be made as the basis for further negotiations. The Employees' Committee of 640 continued to mark time and considered issuing a statement refuting charges of the railway heads that the President's settlement plan would provide virtually a 25% wage increase rather than an actual 8-hour day. The Presidents yesterday heard from Mr. Wilson at the White House a strong personal plea for concessions to avoid a tie-up at a time when he said, quote, "Every ounce of American energy has to be mobilized to meet the extraordinary situation which will emerge out of the European war," unquote. Petitions bearing signatures of 80,000 employees not members of the Brotherhoods protesting against a strike were on file at the White House today. Headline: Infantile paralysis, 2 more deaths in Yonkers, additional cases. The total number of cases in Yonkers since the latter part of April, when the first case developed, is 54. There have been 18 deaths according to information obtained at the Office of the Health Bureau. As a result of the death of John Stewart from infantile paralysis in St. John's Riverside Hospital, 12 men in the surgical ward of the hospital will be confined under a rigorous quarantine for 2 weeks. The case was not diagnosed as infantile paralysis until after Mr. Stewart's death. Headline: Balkan offensive is in full swing. The Balkan offensive is in full swing, with the Russians arriving to fight with the Entente allies and Romania reported about ready to join the war on the side of the allies. The landing of Italian troops to take part in the operations is continuing, and unofficial dispatches also report the Greeks are involved. Athens advises indicate that the Russians have been in the Balkans for 3 weeks past, the news just being released by the censor. The engagement along the Macedonian front is becoming general, and along a 150-mile front immediately north of Saloniki, the Serbians are reported as capturing 2 forts, while the heaviest fighting is northeast of Saloniki, where the Anglo-French forces are attacking the Bulgarians. Operations on the eastern and western fronts are overshadowed by the Balkan situation, but the Entente offensive is proceeding uninterruptedly along both fronts. The French have resumed their infantry activity along the Somme. And that's the news from Yonkers 100 years ago today.